dialogue committee that should ensure that there is prudent use of our limited resources in our countries, then something seriously needs to be done for those who are managing our health facilities. And I believe the report will be passed and taken to the necessary departments, and we want to see an action being taken to correct all this. We want those who are in charge to put the management of these facilities to task to make sure that the public resources are prudently used. Madam Speaker, I support the report. Thank you.
Honorable Kennedy John.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, going by the mood of the House, may I invite the mover to reply?
Yes, Honorable Kennedy Oko. This is the right time to reply.
Thank you. Let me take this opportunity to thank all the members, those who are contributed and those who form part of the House business today. Madam Speaker, let me get to Honorable Were's contribution. This advice opinion, in other words, is harmful or unfavorable. But when it comes to audited statement on finance, we talk about misstatements or misstated. The moment it doesn't actually reflect the financial position of any entity. This is how we come with the adverse opinion, Madam Speaker. And we have a lot of issues concerning this. Madam Speaker, Honorable Pete was very clear that the moment we fail to balance what is called the trial balance, there's no result which will be favorable and which will reflect the true position of any entity. Because actually what informs the trial balance are things like vouchers and receipts and such kind of things. But the moment we can't get these things from poor record keeping, we will not come up with a proper financial statement which is required by law. Madam Speaker, there is a basic qualification for accountants, like those who should be helping and who should be signing the financial statements in labor force. Labor force are big hospitals, and this is why they were audited. It is a procuring entity. A procuring entity must have a procuring officer, that is now the person in charge of supply and such other things. We should also be having an accountant, a qualified accountant, not account clerk, which is CPA and above. Madam Speaker, we have a lot of problems. And members of the County Assembly, the other time when we talked to the department, they agreed, in fact the director was here, they agreed that to second one as a roving accountant for these hospitals. Madam Speaker, we were mesmerized to realize that they were not seconded. And some of these people doing all these things are just account clerks. And you understand the capacity of such kind of people. So this time, one of the reasons we have several hospitals and we have recommendations, you will see what we recommended on such kind of issues. Madam Speaker, the accounting officer for an entity of a level 5 is a made soup. But we find a lot of interference from the department. We find that there are some people within the department who are still giving directives to the made soups. And this should stop, because the made soup should be given an environment that will make such kind of officers to deliver. And they can't deliver because somebody sitting in the department and controlling issues in a facility, it is quite funny. So this one should be picked from there, and we should make sure that this thing is stopped once and for all. Madam Speaker, the issues concerning proper record as indicated by Honorable Pete, it is an issue which is quite funny. We have the health record people, and they are assigned to all these sectors. But you find we don't have the records. That will inform the trial balance, and the trial balance will now affect the outcome of the financial statement directly. So you see, we at times we may be blaming a made soup, but at the same time, somebody somewhere is now sleeping on the jobs. And most of this, record keeping officers, we realize they are children of very powerful people within the county. This is also another issue which we need to sort out very clearly. Madam Speaker, we have what is called the pending bills. There's a monster in all the departments. But it's unfortunate. You know, somebody is spending money on matters and they can't pay. And they're given, you know, you can't spend beyond what is given to you by the department. But these people keep on spending what is beyond their allocation, which is quite funny. So these are some of the issues we must look into and see that they are stopped. We have issues of NHIF, Madam Speaker, which is also mentioned by Honorable Pete. It is accumulated to a level that cannot be now controlled. And when you look at when they are reconciling their statements, they don't have a report from the NHIF, and they have theirs. They present the NHIF issue, but they leave theirs. Now, when they come to the assembly, they start explaining what cannot be reconciled in the real financial statement. It is a big confusion. But this we understand, they only have account clerks. They don't have qualified accountants. So this is the need for the qualified accountants. Madam Speaker, we have Honorable Warindu, who talked about implementation committee picking up some issues on audited statement. It is true, we have seen health committee picking some issues from the audited statement of PICPAC, which is handled by the PICPAC in the assembly, and they have been dealing with these issues with the departments. And I recommend that even other departments, like other committees like implementation, they should pick this so that they help for the implementation of these resolutions. We also talked about lack of approved budget. Madam Speaker, these people spend even before the budget comes. They spend first now when they are making the budgets. But which entity, Madam Speaker, which entity all over the world which can just start spending without having approved budget? And they have the boards. They are not making use of the boards, which are also gazetted and are sitting. They just spend the money at will. See, will we really get a value for money if this is what is going on? We can't get the vouchers, just as we said. We can't get the receipts. And we have the personnel who are paid by the public coffer. So it is high time, members of the County Assembly, we stand up, be counted on our oversight role so that we see things going. Madam Speaker, I beg to reply. Thank you.
Honorable members, now that a motion on adoption of the report of PICPAC committee on the examination of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statements of Migosi Sub-County Hospital for the financial years 2021-2022 and 2022-2023 has been presented, seconded, and debated. I want to put a question, and I put that as many as of the opinion that the motion on adoption of the report of PICPAC committee on the examination of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statement of Migosi Sub-County Hospital for the financial years 2021-2022 and 2022-2023 as presented and deliberated upon be adopted, say aye. As many as the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. And the motion on adoption of the report on the PICPAC committee on the examination of the reports of the Auditor General on the financial statement of Migosi Sub-County Hospital for the financial years 2021, 2022, and 2022-2023 has been adopted today, Wednesday, 5th March 2025 at 15:33 hours. Next order. Honorable members, as I have read earlier, I want to direct that this report be forwarded to the relevant department for the necessary action. Thank you. Next order.
Madam Speaker and honorable members, there is no any other business in the order paper.
Let us be upstanding. Honorable members, now that there is no any other business before this honorable house, they will stand adjourned till tomorrow, Thursday, 6th March 2025 at 2:30 p.m.